Well, I'm Chris Pope, and I'm back here in the studio again with another awesome guest. This is Ellen McLain. Ellen, thanks so much for joining us today.
Chris, I have had a fabulous time, and I'm always happy to see you.
Oh, well, I appreciate that. You know, obviously, likewise, it's always great when we can get together, and especially get together for this moment, which is to record the VO for the video game. It's
for
just phenomenal.
SpaceVenture.
That's right. That's exactly right. I love it when she does that. But anyway, I just wanted to talk to you a little bit, ask a few questions, and we'll get you back in the booth here in just a little while.
Okay, I'm ready.
We've taken a little break from our booth session. So Ellen, why don't you tell everybody a little bit about, how you got into acting and how you ended up in VO and doing all the things that you're doing.
Well, that's a long question.
That's right.
I'll try to be brief. I've always loved to sing, and that was my first love. And my husband, John Patrick Lowry, when we married, we were hired by WFIU in Bloomington, Indiana. It's an NPR affiliate. And we were both on-air disc jockeys. I was actually spinning discs.
Wow.
Spinning discs. And the station used us to make some commercials for the station. And, you know, we were pretty good at it. Had a good time doing it.
Tag team, yeah.
Yeah. So when we moved out to Seattle in '89, John immediately got a voice demo. I, of course, was too busy doing opera and stage work. So I didn't get a voice demo until 2002. John finally said, "Ellen, get a voice demo." So I got one, and I started getting work. So that's how I fell into voice acting. But mainly, you know, from my singing, from my music.
Yeah, and it was just kind of one thing to another. You just you continue taking gigs singing as well as doing the voice acting thing. And
still, I'm still doing all of it.
Oh yeah, and somehow you managed to line up a phenomenal role in none other than GLaDOS from Portal. How in the world did that happen?
Well, it was luck. It was luck. So, you know, of course, I got an agent. And the agent sent me the audition for the role. I mean, I didn't know it was called GLaDOS. I didn't know what it was. But the directions for the audition, they sent a, sound file of a computer-generated voice. And I was supposed to try to sound as much like that computer-generated voice as I possibly could. And since I'm, related to a soulless computer, I guess I got the closest. So that's how I got that gig.
Right, right. And in the way I understood it, they took your voice and they auto-tuned it? Is that right?
Well, yes, because but I actually, for the early part of the Portal game, before I lose my morality core.
Right.
It's Aperture Science. Welcome to the Aperture Science Enrichment Center. That was the kind of read that I did. But they did auto-tune that as well. The other thing that I had to be very careful of is every line I said, I couldn't breathe. Because, of course, I was a computer. Right. And computers don't breathe.
Exactly.
So, no breathing in the first part.
No problem.
Then afterward, when I lose my morality core, I was in the studio oh, I've lost my morality core. Well, killing you and giving you good advice aren't mutually exclusive. Then I had to come up with this different voice because I had no morals left anymore.
Right. Wow. No, that's awesome. Now you did GLaDOS in Portal 1 and Portal 2.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Did you what did you think about Portal 2? Did you love doing that as well?
I did. But I have to say that, when I was working on the first one, I really didn't know what was happening. And at one point when I was recording the lines, I had to say to Eric Wolpaw, the principal writer, I said, I don't understand what's happening. And he said, you're lying to the player at this point. And I said, oh? I thought I was just, this helpful prompt.
Right, right.
So I kind of, just didn't know at all what was happening. But for Portal 2, after Portal had been such a hit, the pressure was on everybody.
Right.
It was mainly on them. I basically just said what they told me to say.
Right.
But unlike Portal, where they brought me in at the very end of development just to say the lines, on Portal 2, I was there the whole time, and I was recording over a 10-month period because they changed the story, and the creators, the artists who were creating the game, didn't want to hear somebody else's voice, just sort of a stand-in voice. They didn't want to hear a stand-in voice. They wanted to hear GLaDOS's voice.
Yeah.
So I just recorded every week or so for 10 months.
Wow.
It was a good gig.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt indeed. And talk about, not only was it a great gig, I'm sure pay-wise, but I'm sure it's been real rewarding to get to play a character like that and go to conventions and meet all the fans.
Well, it's my entree into the young generation. Otherwise, I'm just a nice little old lady.
That's great. Now, well, can you tell us a little bit about what are some of the other characters that you love doing, non-Portal related, but like some of the other characters you do and loved playing?
Well, I had a good time working with Guillermo del Toro on Pacific Rim, and then I did, Gypsy Danger on Pacific Rim, and then of course they brought me back as the voice of the AI in Gypsy Avenger. Yeah. With the young people. So
and he particularly wanted you, is that right? He wanted that.
Yeah. He wanted the GLaDOS voice, and Gabe Newell, they're friends. Guillermo and Gabe are friends. And Guillermo wanted the GLaDOS voice.
So they made it happen. You got to go to the premiere or something, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
That's awesome.
Yes. For the showing for the cast and crew, and I had worked with Del Toro through a voice patch. I was up in Seattle, and he was down here in LA, and we worked together, just my headphones, and he told me what to do, and I tried to do exactly what he told me to do.
Yeah. As they do.
Yes, as one would with Del
right.
Toro. He is a master.
Yeah. No, that's all. I was actually watching the Pacific Rim 2 on my way here. I was flying to the West Coast here, and I was watching. I was like, that's Ellen.
Yes, yes.
No, that's awesome. Well, what about you did in not Half-Life, Team Fortress 2?
Yes.
You were the announcer, right?
Yes. Sometimes she's called the announcer.
Yes.
Sometimes she's called the administrator.
Yeah.
Victory. I call her the skinny old bitch. Chain-smoking skinny old bitch.
If you guys have not gone out there and Googled what this person looks like, it's phenomenal. And I think it was a fan that drew that picture, wasn't it?
It was a fan, and then Valve, bought the image from her. And she's not like me at all. She's very skinny. She's got a big gray streak. She chain smokes. Of course, I have never smoked. I do not believe in smoking or vaping. It's not healthy, not good for the voice. Don't do it. But
warning there for you. Health warning. Oh, that's awesome. You've done Dota as well, right?
Yes, I'm whereas my husband is 7 different voices in Dota 2, I'm just 2. I'm Rude Mother and Death Prophet. Death Prophet. I like Death Prophet.
I can tell you like that one.
I do.
Yeah, and well, here we are with her, and Ellen is doing iMom for us, which is a pretty awesome character.
Yes.
And it's not like GLaDOS, but we definitely had a little bit of that.
Well,
who better to get to play this motherly computer character than Ellen McLain, right?
She might be a little dysfunctional.
Just a little.
Just a tad.
Right. No, that's great. And I could tell you had a good time playing her in the booth earlier. And the backers and fans out there get a chance to get to to see her performance. We're going to have some video footage out there for that. So.
Me overacting.
Oh, we were cracking up. We were loving every minute of it. So definitely fantastic job. Well, is there anything you're working on right now that you'd like to plug or mention or anything like that before we finish this up?
SpaceVenture.
Yes, we love it when you
with Ace and
yes,
Milo.
That's right.
And traveling through the galaxy.
Yes, yeah, that's exactly right. Through the Andromedan galaxy.
Yes.
Oh, well, thank you. We appreciate the plug for the game.
I'm so happy to be here, Chris. Thank you.
No, it's our pleasure, and thank you for coming.